Center for the Intrepid, an aptly named destination for wounded U.S. troops and veterans in need of advanced rehabilitation. The site has just been dedicated in San Antonio, Texas, along with 2 new Fisher houses, which put up service members' families. Several thousand people attended the ceremony and were treated to a performance by our next guest, musician John Mellencamp, and he joins us live. Out of all of
how you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing very well. Out of all the causes that you could have put your name and your effort behind, why Fisher House?
Well, it was the stubborn efforts of a few individuals to make this work. You have to be proud of that, and in the success of one man, there's hope for all of us. So it was just the amount of work that they did and the way this thing looks, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah, and you see, and as you're talking here, we're looking at all the wounded guys who walked in earlier to this dedication. Have you had a chance to meet with any of these people and tour the Fisher House, and tell us your response from if you've met any of them?
Well, I got to tell you, I'm sure that you've heard this before thousands of times, but it's just amazing the human spirit that some of these kids are just so optimistic and just so full of life, and it's just really encouraging for someone who's not been in a war type of situation to see these kids come back and smile and laugh and be so engaged and interested in life. It's really inspiring.
Is there anything you can say, because we all see the images on television, and sadly many of us don't get to meet these men and women. Your first response when you meet them, what goes through your head and your heart when you see these folks who've dedicated so much?
The first thing you think is just like, wow, I internalize it and think, I don't know that I could be this strong. I mean, look at the strength this individual is showing, and he's proud and he's happy, and not happy, but he's proud of, and they're carrying themselves with such honor. It's very humbling for a civilian such as myself just to be able to be part of it.
And and I asked you about why the Fisher House, and you have been very vocal against the war, and there seems to be
I have?
Sort of. Yeah, you have.
I wouldn't say anything bad about the government. Come on.
There's this sense, though, that if you speak out, Mr. Mellencamp, against the war, that you're speaking out against the troops, and you have been very vocal.
I think that's the word. There's a sense. It's not correct. It's an incorrect view of what I feel and what I think, and I don't think there should be, any war. I mean, diplomatic. This is all going to come to an end when they start talking, and I feel that we've seen that happen in the past. That's the way it's always happened, and it's just very sad for me to see, some of these kids. And let's not kid ourselves. These are young people. I mean, these are 20, 19-year-old guys. And I'm not a religious person, but a big one in the Bible is "Thou shalt not kill." I mean, it's big. It's a big one. They mentioned it a couple, 3 times, and I think that as a country, we need to see that roll out in front of us and become the leader that we can be, and hold our head up and be proud to be Americans again.
So even with this, even with you speaking out, how have the troops received you there?
What, are you kidding me? These kids are great,
Yeah.
Look, all of these troops are just like, I don't like these politicians getting on television and act like they're speaking for these troops. They're not. They're speaking, the troops are just exactly like the culture. There is, people who feel this way and people who feel that way and everything in between. So all of these kids are, pretty open-minded, and, these aren't robotic individuals. They all have thoughts, and they all have their position, but they're soldiers, and this is their job, and they understand that.
No doubt that this is an emotional day for everyone there. Let's listen to a wounded Marine. His name is Ty Ziegel, who spoke just a little bit earlier.
What this center will provide for us, you will never fully know. Words are not enough to express what we feel. It shows that you care for us, and we will always remember that. Thank you for this gift and for honoring the sacrifices of those that serve in harm's way for America. Thank you.
I want to ask you, it's related to this. Your new album came out today, Freedom Road, and I'm wondering if these people that you have met or have seen come back from these wars, have they influenced you at all? Because there appears to be a more patriotic theme as time goes by to your music.
Well, I think that I am influenced by everything that I see and hear, and I'm 55 years old, and I'm pretty. I will say one thing. I don't really know anything. I don't think any of us really know anything, and we all know that we don't know anything. But we do have to trust our instincts, and I don't know that the song. I don't know that the album is patriotic as much as it is questioning and asking questions about who we are, who we want to be.
Right.
If you want a better world, it starts with each individual. And are you proud of the things that you have done in the last 3 or 4 years, or are you, I'm just asking questions. I'm not trying to put my spin on it or the right-wing spin. Basically, the album is just asking questions and trying to say this isn't a red and blue world. This is our world. This is our country. I've got a song called Our Country.
Right. Yes or no answer. Does this change your life?
I didn't hear what you said.
Has this changed your life?
Has this what
Being
changed my life?
associated with these folks, has this changed your life?
I think it's opened my eyes, and I think it would open anyone's eyes.